and welcome back. I've actually finally got my Valhalla hiking sticks done. This is my collectible range, and they were supposed to be out for Christmas. They didn't make it in time for Christmas due to me having to produce my other sticks to keep up with demand. And yeah, so these are well behind the curve. But they're here, they're ready, and I'll let you have a look. They are looking absolutely outstanding and gorgeous. And, you know, they definitely have been worth the wait. So I'll let you have a little quick look around them. And while we have a quick little look around, we'll have a little chat about them. So they've been boiled linseed finished. And they're actually just in the last process of drying. And as I take you down through the actual stick, you can see the artwork, the Viking inspired artwork, but you can start to see the quality of that wood. And you can see the size of it. It's a substantial gauged piece of wood. I will let you have a better look. I'm just giving you your first initial look at these sticks. And you can see the colour differences between the two. They are totally outstanding pieces of wood, and they've been crafted into gorgeous hiking sticks. Yeah, so here we are, and this one is number 3. I've obviously sold 1 and 2, and I do know where one of them went. The other one went from my store. But the gentleman who took one of the other ones was somebody who came round to my house, and I learnt quite a bit from him actually. But in any case, this is number 3, and as you can see, this is the one I actually made the axe handle type head to it because I didn't have a natural knot or something that could be made into the axe handle. So yeah. As you can see, this looks absolutely gorgeous. It feels nice. It feels good in the hand. It's really smooth. This wood has been finished to a pretty high standard, very high standard. I go straight into the Viking dragon artwork, and there is a few patches of bark that's been left. Not as much as the other one, but this one here has slightly darker wood overall. Now, that's not me doing anything to it. That's just the natural makeup of the wood in itself. When the oil's been added to it, it's just brought out a slightly darker overtone to the wood. I've got Valhalla written down there. I've got the Viking warrior there, and the shield and battle axes on this side as well. Obviously my logo, and we go into a very generous copper tip there, and as you can see, that is chamfered out beautifully. I am really pleased with the way that just gently flows into this wood here. And it's a substantial girth, and I'll just quickly show you. This is another one here. Obviously it's a trout and a pheasant on this one here, but if I put them side by side, you can see that this one here is substantially greater in size. And yeah, it as you can see, I'm holding it there. It takes a full hand, whereas this one I can go completely close around. Obviously they're made for different tasks. This is better suited to somebody wanting a lighter weight stick, probably covering a lot more ground, possibly hiking up into the high grounds and things like that. This is more suited to somebody going for like a dog walk or wants to break open a trail. But in retrospect, also, it's, you know, a nice piece of wood art in its own right. Like I said, this wood has been polished and brought up to a really high standard. It's got the artwork, and it's just, it is like you say, not one of a kind, but it's part of the collectible series, number 3, like I say, and you know, I will never produce many. This particular range here is going to be my collectible range, as I keep saying, and it just gives somebody that chance to buy a special piece from myself, crafted by myself, that is collectible. And yeah, I've been asked multiple times for a Viking inspired stick, and if I do produce them, it's only with two tops pieces of artwork. It's never the full four pieces. And you know, ultimately, like I said, I've invested a lot of time and energy to get the finish on this, and it's a beautiful piece of wood, and anybody would be extremely proud to own this and have them with them on a hike, or like I said, just there on the wall even. This is a beautiful stick and piece of wood art in its own right. And we'll have a look at number 4. But like I say, this is slightly darker, and it has a few pieces of bark, but overall there is a fair marked difference. And I've also, like I said, cut that to a pretty abrupt angle to flow into the recess here. But it all works and it looks nice. Right then, we have number 4 there. Yet again, a generous copper tip. And I've managed to marry that and flow that in very well. And I'm really pleased with that. Both of these, I've managed to get the flow from the copper tip into the girth of the wood with ease, where it doesn't look disjointed. Now, you'll notice this is a lighter coloured wood, and that, yet again, nothing I've done to it. It's natural, and there's a few dark bits of bark there. But you start coming up this, and you will start to see, we'll talk about the artwork first. Yeah, you can see the battle axes there and shield. Yet again, Viking warrior, Valhalla down the shaft, and a Viking dragon there, looking very nice. And that rolls into the handle itself. This has a natural knot to provide the axe handle, and like I said, the hand fits very well and locks into that knot. You can see the bark there. I've left bark there, and that gives it a real natural feel and look about it, and it enhances the actual handle itself. But you can see I've cut that, and it's actually, I've shaped a slight little dome into the top of that handle, and it rolls over. And that was quite hard to get to manufacture that, because it either goes to one side or the other. So that took a lot of time and effort to get that. But yeah, the finish is of a really high quality. I put a lot of time and effort into polishing that. But yeah, yet again, a really beautiful stick. Yet again, substantial girth. These ones here, the Valhalla hiking sticks, I always do in a substantial piece of wood. And it feels nice in the hand. You know, like I said, you would be proud to have this with you. And even if it was just wall art for yourself, it's a really beautiful stick. I do other sticks in the similar girth, but you know, this here, I've invested a lot of time and energy into the polishing and finishing, well beyond what I normally do. There's a lot of time that's gone into these particular sticks, well beyond what I could really afford to invest in, you know, my general stock models. But, you know, a beautiful stick. This is number 4. Should have been out for Christmas. Didn't make it because obviously I was too invested in making my general purpose hiking sticks. So, you know, they are here now, and I will get them on well, I'm going to start off with them on eBay, see how that works out, and if not, sell through my other means. But you know, I'll put them out on eBay, and I'm going to let them finish drying before I put the lanyard in. And I should think Saturday morning I should have them up on eBay. So if you're interested, they will be on eBay come Saturday. But, you know, a really beautiful, beautiful piece of wood, beautiful stick. A lot of time and effort gone into these. So yeah, I hope you like that little walk about these particular sticks. The one thing I didn't do was dimensions, which I will very quickly do that now. So I had to run around. The kids ruined my other tape measure playing with it, which was quite dangerous. They could have cut themselves, but you try telling kids. So I've had to run indoors to get a tape measure from my good lady wife. So what's this here? I'm just going to bring it up. It's 116 centimetres, which is, you know, not too far from sort of like what I would call an average height walking stick. As you can see, this is where it pretty much sits on myself. You've got a 2.5 inch head there, but the overall girth is roughly just under 2 inches. So that's a substantial piece of wood there, you know. And as I've said before, it feels extremely nice in the hand. So that's number 4, 116 centimetres. This is number 3, the slightly darker one, and where I've manufactured the axe handle head to this one. This one here is about 2 inches here. You know, and these are all rough measurements. We're not being too technical on the actual girth up there. And this is about kind of like just over 1.5 inches, possibly a little bit more, depending on how you measure it. I wish I had my other measure actually. Or 1.75 inches there. 1.75 inches, I'll be happy to sort of say that is. And the actual overall length yet again is 116 centimetres. You know, so you know they are, you know, substantial pieces of wood in their own right. All those measurements are rough measurements, like I said, but it gives you a general idea that this is a substantial. You can probably see it on film, and as I put my hand around it, you can see my whole hand has to go around it to hold it. It's a good solid piece of wood, and yeah, you know, whoever ends up with this will be more than happy, and I would say you know, extremely pleased with their purchase. But they are going to end up on eBay, like I said, to start and see how they go there. And then if not, I'll move them on to my other selling methods. But yeah, if you like what you see, like I say, Saturday they should be on eBay. Yeah guys, that was a little bit self-indulgent showing you those sticks, but they've taken a long time to actually, should I say, get ready to go. And that just seems to be a little bit of a pattern for me at the moment. But, you know, I hope you enjoyed just a little walk around those hiking sticks. They are pretty much amongst the top line of what I do. And, you know, other than deer antler being put on hiking sticks, you know, and I do have another model just below that, which is our bushwhacking model, which is of a similar nature, but at an even heavier gauge copper tip. And I will bring you along on one of those builds. But for the moment, I've just shown you the Valhalla hiking sticks. Long time coming to get out for sale. But they're here, and I presume, and I'm guessing, it'll probably be very early summer before I do the next two. I try to do 4 a year of those, and that's what my intentions are, and that is to keep them, shall we say, the word collectible. It's just something I'm offering, something extremely different. Why Viking, you may ask? I may have touched on it before in other videos, but the Vikings did actually help the Cornish in battles against the English to try and halt the further ingress of the English into Cornwall. It was unsuccessful, and I believe they got thoroughly ass whooped, as they say. But in any case, there is a Viking connection there, so it's not totally random stuff I've picked out. It does have a historic connection to Cornwall. Now, that being said, I think it's pretty much time for me to say bye, and I'll catch you again. The weather's taking a little bit of a turn for the worse, that's why I didn't do a hike, but hopefully you'll join me on a hike very soon. And I hope to catch you out on the trail. This is Andy from Hidden Valley Footpaths.